20 years in Korea was forgotten about like 3 minutes after the plane lifted off from Incheon. It's amazing how quickly your past is really forgotten. I have no intention of going back to Korea. I mean, this whole vlog is about, one dude. He's starting a new life in the Philippines. He's following his dreams, because that's really what this vlog is all about. The next vlog is going to be about sort of how much I spent and how much I made from YouTube, because YouTube is all I got. Anyway, let's continue the story here, folks. Okay, so the last time I was in Philippines, it was in Angeles City. Okay, and it was just before the pandemic. So at that time, I headed to Korea. The initial plan was just stay in Korea for 6 months, and then I was going to return to my girlfriend in Bohol. But, plans, they rarely work as originally planned. I was stuck in Korea for 3 long years. I mean, for obvious reasons. Every day of those 3 years, I dreamed of getting back to the Philippines. So it was a countdown from like the 8-month mark when I had 8 more months there in Korea before I was coming back to my dreamland. And it felt like a fantasy. It really felt like a fantasy that's coming true. There's light at the end of the tunnel, because I didn't really enjoy my 3 years that I went back there to Korea. I didn't really enjoy it. So it was kind of like a dream, because the happiest time I had was the 5-month backpacking trip I took through the Philippines just prior to the pandemic. It was almost painful knowing it was so far in the future, which 8 months felt far at the time. Of course, in hindsight, it freaking just flew by like nothing. But just as it was a fantasy, as you may know, any fantasy is totally different from reality. Not better or worse than the fantasy. It's just different than imagined. So I get here, I get to Butuan City in Mindanao. And first, the LDR was different in reality than imagined. I mean, she was beautiful and very kind and everything. But just the spark just wasn't as strong as it was online. I mean, I was really in love with this girl, this LDR, or long distance relationship. It was 2 years. It was 2 years, but when I got here, it just didn't work out with her and I. We just did not work out, probably because of me, right? Because this is the second time the LDR fizzling thing happened to me. Because, some of you will know, NSL from, a few years ago. I think those vids are gone, but same thing happened. We were talking for 6 months and I came over and it fizzled, and same thing happened now. So maybe there's something wrong with me. But the difference between the girl here and Anacel is I really care about this LDR. She's really an amazing girl. She's really a great girl, and I do really regret. Like Anacel, I just quickly forgot about her. But the girl here in Butuan, I really, really regret it not working out. Anyway, moving on. Like as far as the city goes here in Butuan was different in reality than imagined also. Just like the LDR. So after a few days, things started to, settle in place. So that was good. The LDR, as I said, did fizzle, but, here I am. I'm stuck here alone. Pretty much, I'm alone. So for example, like the apartment sucked, mainly because of the karaoke bar right below me. And on top of that, there's ants everywhere. I mean, even in my bed, I'm wiping them off me. Literally, they're crawling on my body. I just kind of get used to the whole ants thing, though. It's pretty incredible. We're kind of like buddies now, But would I recommend staying at this particular place? No. But, defamation is a serious thing here in the Philippines. So I won't actually do a review on the place. I won't say anything specifically bad about it here, okay? The good thing is the owner is very nice. She even put in a hot water machine when she knew it was a foreigner who was going to be staying here. Hello. Good morning.
Amigo! Amigo!
So she put it in specifically for me, which is very sweet. I mean, I didn't even ask her to do that. Anyway, first month, you always spend more than you think you will. After getting settled in, slowly you manage to find ways to live a bit cheaper. I mean, one example is I always bought banana bread in Starbucks. And it was, I think it was 70 pesos, I think. Then later I realized there's a bakery on the way to Starbucks. So instead of getting a small banana bread for 70 pesos in Starbucks, I can get a bigger banana bread for only 20 pesos. But I realized that they have this durian bread at this same bakery that I love. So what I do is I buy durian bread on the way to Starbucks in the morning. Then at the Starbucks, I only get a coffee. So I eat the durian bread on the way there. I don't bring it in and eat it in the Starbucks because, that's, they're trying to run a business there. I understand. So yeah, I only get a coffee when I'm in Starbucks now. I used to get a coffee and banana bread. So that bakery bread costs me about 20 pesos as opposed to 70 pesos. So these little things add up. When you stay in one place for a long time, I call them hacks. You just find little ways to save money. Do I want to spend 160 pesos at Starbucks for a grande Americano? No, I don't. But the problem in Butuan, it really lacks some nice coffee shops. Even the Canadian-owned one. There's one that's owned by a Canadian. It looks like it existed in the 1900s. It's a bit old inside. The furniture's, lacking. They got the standard sort of wooden chairs, So Starbucks is the place to be, and the place to be seen. So 1 month here in Butuan, everything has settled as far as sort of a daily routine goes, and certain hacks being accomplished as anyone can do after living in one place for a month. But today is Tuesday, and on Saturday, I'll be moving around. I'll be moving out of here, and I'll be moving around the Philippines a bit. And eventually, the goal is I want to settle in Manila because, Manila's where the action is. And I'll move to a different Airbnb every month around Manila. I'll do walking videos, hotel reviews, Airbnb, interviewing people, tour barangays with a tour guide and see what else happens. Do I like Butuan? Do I like the city of Butuan? Honestly, it doesn't have a lot to offer, to be honest. Dumaguete has the expat community. Baguio has the cool weather. Other places have certain things to offer. The guys I met here in Butuan, the expats, the foreigners, they were mainly here because of females. And that's exactly what happened to me too. I was in Butuan for the exact same reason. Outside of the female, there really is nothing Butuan has to offer an expat. Besides friendly people, but honestly, you can get that in many other cities around the Philippines. But not to take away from the people of Butuan. They are great, and it was really a pleasure to spend 1 month here in Butuan and be around these amazing people. However, I hate to admit the fact that Butuan, it really doesn't have anything to offer as far as a lifestyle goes here. So overall, the first month, it took some getting used to. I'll be heading to CDO. Okay, those are my plans. CDO, and then the Bohol, then Dumaguete, then Manila. Okay, and let's have a lot of fun, and until then, I'll see you on the very next vid, my great brethren.